Hey guys, it's Jake from Jim's here. I'm out on the day of the road with Jim's Pool Care franchisee. I'm here with Nate. Thanks for having me along.
No problems.
We're going to do a bit of a mock trial day, see what it's like. Remember, if you want to do your own trial day, they're free. You can come along anytime. Right, no obligation, nothing to sign. We've got a bit of a full day going on, so we'll get going on the road now. We've got a few jobs. What's our first job?
First job is a green pool recovery.
Green pool recovery?
Yeah.
All right, let's get going then.
From September right through to about December is green pool season. And I'd probably be doing maybe 2 or 3 green pools a week at the moment. I've got another 4 on the books to go and fix up next week.
Have you ever found that there wasn't enough work in your area? How much work do you take in territory? Have you got it sort of down, or do you do much travelling?
I do a lot of travelling.
Yeah.
Some franchisees prefer not to travel, so they just stick to their own area.
Yeah.
I kind of figure, you're running a business, you go where the work is.
Yeah.
So I travel far and wide. I go out to Werribee, Wyndham Vale. I've got probably 150 kilometre radius that I cover.
Okay, that is a pretty big range.
However, only being a new franchisee, only being in for about a year and a half, like I said, you take the work where it is. I am starting to get more work in my territory, so I'm starting to roll back the travel.
Yep.
I've handed on some of my regular clients that are out in the outer areas to a couple of other franchisees, which allows me to concentrate more so on my territory around the Doreen, Mernda, Diamond Creek, Yarrambat area. It's really only been, in the past couple of months that my territory has started to come live.
Yeah, because when getting into something like pool care, a lot of people would think that, there's not enough pools to service, how are you ever going to have enough work?
Yeah, there's plenty of pools.
Exactly.
You would think, Victoria being one of the coldest states, you would think that it's a bad industry to get into. It's a thriving industry now. I'm one franchisee. I guess business is what you make it. I'm one franchisee. I have plenty of work. I've had plenty of work through winter as well. Sure, you have your down days. You do have days where you actually take the time to chill out and, recover yourself. So, yes, winter can be slow, but then September comes along, someone flicks a switch, and you got more work than you know what you can do with. Now, so what are we today? The 4th of October. I am booked solid for the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
I can't take another job for the next 2 weeks. The work that I am taking, I'm saying to my prospective clients, I'm happy to come and help you out, but I can't get to you until the end of October. That said and done, in winter, someone might call and you'll be saying, yeah, I can come right now. Yeah. You just got to figure out what you're going to do through winter.
Yeah, so it's sort of planning your summer season to be sort of the most productive as it can be.
Absolutely.
And then sort of through winter you sort of
correct.
Up it down a little bit.
And you got to be prepared to work hard. Yeah. During winter, I would work. Some days I might work 10 till 2. Other days I don't work at all. During summer, I'll be at my first job at 6 o'clock and I might not get home till 7 or 8 o'clock. Just depends on how much work you've actually got to do. And, a green pool recovery takes probably a minimum, depending on the size of it, a minimum 2 hours.
Yeah.
And then you've got to, depending on how you have to treat that pool, you've got to go back, the following day or 2 or 3 days later. It just depends on the treatment of the pool, so you've got to allow for that as well. I was in working for food manufacturers for 20 years. Was looking for a way out for the last 10, and I'd had enough of the corporate life. I'd had enough of the travelling around the state, travelling around the country. Wanted to be home with my family. And all right, first things first. As you can see,
Not blue.
one frog swamp green pool.
Yeah.
There's probably going to be frogs in it as well.
Right. So step one.
Step one, check your skimmer box. There's 2 frogs.
There's the frog. He's just. There you go. All right. So definitely frogs.
Definitely frogs.
Right.
It's
Just gonna pull him out, or?
yeah. We'll,
Oh yeah. There you go.
so we'll take them out. So they don't die when we chemically treat it. All right. Next thing, we'll get the gear out of the van. So this here is obviously your pump equipment.
Yep.
This is your filter. Obviously your so this one's your solar pump. This is your main suction pump, and your chlorinator cell. This is what actually broke down.
Right.
And hence this is why the pool went green.
Yep.
But as you can see, a little bit of sun,
Yes.
bang,
Yep.
gone. So yeah, there's a fuse in here, and it was a fuse that blew, that shut everything down. So taking care of your equipment is a major part of owning a pool. We as pool guys, we're only here once a month. So if you are a pool owner, it is your responsibility. You do have to look after your own pool. A lot of people just leave it up to us, and they say, well, it's, the pool's in my yard, but it's your pool, you look after it, you go to. Yeah, I don't want to know about it. You just make sure it's clean and clear for me and safe. Yeah. So, all right, we'll start to turn it on and get things moving. That, considering the pool looks like it does,
We'll run height.
this one being a cartridge filter,
Yes.
the cartridges are going to be blocked too. So
Right.
what we'll do is we'll give it a broom, we'll give it a blind vacuum.
Yep.
It'll suck everything into here. We'll pull the cartridges out, hose them out. Which in a media filter environment, which you'll see later on today because we're going to change one.
Yep.
It's a lot easier because you're just turning a handle and pumping water out to waste, whereas this is very maintenance intensive.
Yeah.
Where we can turn our clients onto installing media filters, I personally do that every time. Yet another part of sales.
Yeah.
You come across these labour-intensive products.
Yeah.
Change it to a media filter, and you're using less water. It's just so much easier to run, easier for the owner to maintain it,
Yep.
and easier for us as pool techs too.
Yep.
Okay, so what we'll do first is we'll do a water test,
Yes.
because a water test will tell us what chemicals we need to put into it. So we'll grab some water. This is part of the mobile shop as such.
Yep.
So you can go to any pool shop and they will do a water test for you. They will use exactly the same. Generally, theirs will be connected to a computer. These we can actually Bluetooth to our phones.
Oh, nice.
It's called a spin disc. So we take our water. In these spin discs, there's a reagent which reacts with the water. Everybody would have seen a water test done on either like a stick or in the tubes.
Yep.
Where you get your different colours. This does exactly the same thing. It just does it electronically.
Yeah, so as you were saying, most people, you normally have to, grab a vial from the pool shop, go
Take it to the pool shop.
take it to the pool shop,
Yeah.
but with Kim's Pool Care, they'll come to you and do it.
Correct. Yeah. So you don't even have to be home.
Yeah.
We can come out to you and completely fix up your pool and invoice you from the car.
Yeah.
So from here we have a calculation that we use, which is kind of like the KFC, the Colonel's secret recipe.
Right.
So same with the recipe that you put into a pool.
Yep.
That every pool guy is different. That can change. And so, yeah, that's something that I guess I've discovered a recipe that works.
Yep.
And that's something that I guess I keep close. So with this one, I don't know if you can see here, but you can see the reading there. So that reading is essentially telling you that free chlorine and total chlorine are not evident in the pool. So there's absolutely no chlorine in that pool to kill any bacteria. The pH is sitting at 8.7. pH should be sitting between 7.2 and 7.6. So it's very high. So if we don't bring that pH down, essentially it renders the chlorine useless and everything else that you put into the pool. So the pH needs to be balanced before anything else. The alkalinity, we recommend sitting at around 120 parts per million. And everything else here, hardness, CYA, copper, phosphate. Phosphate is not evident, copper's not evident. Copper is what is, you have copper-based algicides. If it had an algicide in the pool, it would have
Picked it up.
Your hardness is your water hardness. That should be sitting at around 250, but we'll pick that up on Monday.
Yep.
When we come and rebalance the pool. Your salt content, so your salt is actually what your chlorinator picks up to turn into chlorine gas and put it back into the pool. But obviously this one hasn't been turned on and hasn't been running, so there's no chlorine. Salt level, each chlorinator is different. Most chlorinators will sit at about 3,500 parts per million.
Yep.
This is a little bit low, but it's not really going to affect anything. When we come out on Monday, we'll probably put a bag of salt into it, just to boost that up to about 3.7, because that's where this particular chlorinator needs to sit. And that should be right for summer.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a bit of chemistry involved,
Bit of chemistry. So from here, I'll take down some details and put a recipe together. Once I start, I'm going to broom it first, so as we can hopefully get a few frogs out.
Yep.
Once I start putting chemicals in, you should start to see a change within 5 minutes.
All right. Good.
Yeah. So our next job is going to be
installing one of these media filters?
No, we're going to change the media. So they
okay.
have a media filter.
Yep.
And it'll either be sand in it,
yep.
or it'll be zeolite. Now it needs to be replaced.
Yep.
Because the filter itself is fine, but the media inside, whether it be sand or zeolite,
yep.
is we're getting what we call blowback into the pool. So when you vacuum the pool, the filter is supposed to capture all of that dirt,
yep.
but it's actually going through the filter and blowing back into the pool.
Right.
So by the time you finish vacuuming the pool, you've got a cloudy pool.
Yep.
So that's when you know it's time to change it, because it compacts, and water just runs over the top of it and doesn't actually filter the water. So we'll go and change that. I generally use glass because glass is a better product to be using. One, it's an upsell for my business.
Yep.
It's kind of like, do you want fries with that?
Yeah.
But it's, do you want a large fries with that?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's all those sort of opportunities.
Yeah, that's right.
Every time you can turn out a clean into an upsell pretty
that's
quickly.
Right. I went to I guess the sales part of the job. I went to a job a few months ago at the end of summer. Once again, it was a referral. It was a neighbour of one of my clients, and she rang me and said, "Oh, my pool's gone a bit cloudy. I don't know what I've done to it. Can you come and have a look?" So I went out there and I had a look, and I told her exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Your filter media needs to be replaced because you've got blowback.
Yeah.
And that's that's why your pool's going a little bit cloudy. I said, so if we replace it, it'll be fine. I said, however, you do have a leak in the filter. It's an older filter, and parts aren't really all that readily available for it. So while we're changing the media, we're probably best to change the entire filter to upgrade everything. It's about 10-15 years old. But I guess being me in my sales role, I do tell them, I say, you don't have to do it. We can try and find seals, but you don't have to do it. But we should be replacing the media.
Yeah.
She asked me to check all the equipment to find that her pump was kind of on its way out. It was still pumping, but it wasn't the greatest of suction. And she had a creepy crawly in the pool, and she said, my creepy crawly doesn't work properly. I said, that's because you don't have a lot of suction in your pump. By the end, now keep in mind, I went there just to basically clean a pool.
Yeah.
By the time I left, I'd sold her a new filter media, a new variable speed pump when she only had a single speed pump, and a top of the range robot.
Yeah, so
I picked up a regular client, so I keep going back there over and over and over.
It's all about trust and knowing your clients, what they need.
That's right. So it's not a case of I've upsold her, I've asked her, I've listened what she wanted, and she's told me, I said, all this product can be replaced, it doesn't need to be, but your creepy crawly doesn't work because you don't have enough suction to run it.
Yeah.
But it is turning your water over. I've got options for you. I'll let you know what your options are. It's your choice. I'm not going to pressure you into buying anything. Some clients will say, I'll just leave it the way it is. I got a lucky one, and she said, just give me the hamburger with a lot.
Yeah.
And now they don't have to worry about it for a long time.
Yeah. That's the other thing, is that peace of mind, knowing your pool's always going to be safe, it's always going to be clean.
They've got young kids, so it is now clean, clear and safe.
Yeah.
This is Ben and Jake.
Ben,
how are you?
How are you, Benny?
I'm Jake.
Jake.
That's Ben.
Benny, nice to meet you, mate. Good on you. It's not. It's looking the best. probably just needs another vacuum.
You might want to, you might want to put the hose in.
Yeah, I thought you might.
That needs,
Filling up. Yeah.
that needs a good
Yeah, we'll do that.
100 ml of water.
No worries, all right.
Yeah. Here is a media filter.
Yep.
Otherwise known as a glass filter. Or a sand filter, I should say. This is actually quite a large one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the multi-port off. So like I was showing you before, I'll actually show you how this works. Other than having to take everything out and flush it out, hose it out, etc. You just turn this handle, turn that to backwash, turn it on, and that is now flushing. Undo all of these fittings because we're going to take the multi-port off. Alright, now I'll go turn that hose on. Alright, so this has got a product in it called zeolite. So you can see it's like a brown, it's like volcanic rock.
Right.
It's it's not the best of stuff when you're trying to suck it out because it blocks everything up. Because it's got this zeolite in it, will take me longer than I expected. And because it's such a big barrel, I'm expecting this to probably take 2 hours. This is different just about every day, unless you get those days where you do get those days that are just pool cleaning. Pool after pool after pool. By the time you're finished, you feel like a monkey. But you know what? It feeds the kids. And you're outside. You're in the sun.
Imagine like days like yesterday.
Enjoying life.
Doing all right.
You know, yesterday I did a job. It's a semi-regular client, and she said I hadn't been there for 3 months. Normally it takes me an hour to do the pool. I was there for 2.5 hours just vacuuming. Took me 2 hours to vacuum it. So yeah, you got to allow for those variables as well.
All right, Natey.
Now for the heavy lifting.
Heavy lifting. What do you got on those bags?
Glass, yeah.
Oh.
All right.
So what you were saying before, Nate, is after sort of 10 years, these will be smooth and...
Yeah. And ready to be changed. But yeah, in 10 years' time, I guess here you never know what can happen. Some people will only use sand because it's another income stream. Every 3 to 5 years they're back here to change it. To me, that's not looking after my client and not giving them what's best for them. You know, I guess I look at it and I go, well, that's what's best for me. But my clients are my first priority. So
keep them happy.
So I give them what's best for them. Moment of truth. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And we're in business. No leaks. So this one is purely just a vacuum, a brush and a balance. So this is a very simple, straightforward, everyday pool clean. So when you turn up to a pool,
Yep.
most of them will turn up and it'll look like this.
Yep.
It's a little cloudy.
Yep.
That's due to, now when I came here a couple of weeks ago, this was green.
Yes.
And we fixed it up, but it's never been perfectly clear
Yes.
because of the filter.
Right.
Yeah.
So now how long would you say it would take to get perfectly clear from here?
From here,
So now that you've replaced the filter.
yep, should come clear in, I reckon, 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah.
Every now and then you get a pool that now we haven't put a lot of chemical into this at all. You can see how it's going cloudy.
Yes.
What that is the alkalinity has come out of solution.
Right.
So it's changed the pH.
Yep.
That's why it's going cloudy like that.
Yep.
So we need to put more acid into it to stop that from happening. Because yeah, essentially all that's happened is the buffer has come out of solution.
Water still going, Nate? Yeah, yeah, keep the water. Keep the water up.
Yeah, so I'll turn it on. You remember how I showed you to turn it back to
Yeah,
auto?
yeah, back to auto. Yeah,
If what's the time? If we can leave it running till say 8 o'clock,
yeah.
and then if you turn it back to auto,
Yep.
would be good.
No problems, matey.
So I'll do that now. But it's actually rare that happens with,
Yeah.
with the buffer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did happen to me the other day.
Yep.
But considering the fact that like it sometimes happens if you put a lot of buffer in.
Yep.
I've only put 2 kilos in there. You know, we're talking a 55,000 litre pool. It's not a lot.
No.
Yeah.
There
you go.
People these days, mate.
Yeah. Oh, look, I live in the area as well,
do you?
so yeah.
Lovely. I think the guy I was using was coming from.
That's
knows
my phone number there.
Can I have a
Call me
card
directly.
too?
Absolutely.
I've got his number in there, but I'll take a card. He's very
Absolutely.
good.
If you need some maintenance or you want regular servicing, just yeah, happy to
Yeah.
help you out.
Well, yeah, I just need the cell cleaned and just checked over in the pumps.
Yeah, sure. I'll be back in the area. I'm tied up today.
Oh, that's all right.
Actually, it's easier on the phone.
Process is trying to get it as clean as I can. Still got a back filter and I just wanted to check if you when it's
On the 10th.
when the pump stops, it's like almost like there's a bubble in the system.
Okay.
The water just drops
Okay.
and then
Could be an airlock.
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, we can check it out.
We've never done it before, but it's doing it now. So
We can check it out. I can drop in on the 10th.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday the 10th. Yeah. So
I'm
Next
busy
week.
Thursday.
you're busy.
Yeah, I'm busy that particular day.
Okay. All right. What about the Friday?
Busy.
Busy?
Maybe I'll ring you.
Yeah, do
Or
that.
The week after. I
Do
don't know
that.
about the week after.
Yeah. Week after.
That's frees up for me after that. It's
Week
just next week.
after. I'm flat out. I'm actually taking the Friday off, so I'm fully booked. But I'm only just around the corner, so
When you,
if you've
Alright.
got 5 minutes, give me a call. You know, we've got daylight savings, so
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that
yeah.
starts this weekend, I can get around. Just give me a call and we'll work something out.
yeah, you can have a look at it once over and then
Yeah.
find out what's
Yeah, great. No, sorry, your name was
Frank.
Frank.
All
Cool.
right, no worries.
Thanks, Frank. See ya.
So just like that, you go from just finishing a job to you get your next client
With a bit of luck,
with
yeah.
a little bit of luck.
Turn him into a regular.
And just with that interaction on the road that you had, sort of shows how important, you know, things like the gym's name is.
Yeah.
You know, you probably necessarily wouldn't get approached if you were just Nate's Pool Care.
Yeah, quite possibly. although I do find,
Yeah.
you know, is it Jim's Pool Care? Is it because you're in the area? But it's also, you find the neighbours are looking at what's going on in the street and going, oh, well, you know, my neighbour's getting this guy and I'm seeing him coming back all the time.
Yeah.
So
Maybe he's good.
we'll come and have a chat.
Yeah.
This being in my territory and where
Yes.
I live, I do get a lot of referrals.
Yeah.
And now that we're getting some warmer days,
People are thinking about their pool.
yeah, I'm also finding those referrals are coming through quite quickly.
Yep.
In the past 24 hours, I've had probably 10 referrals
All right.
just in 24
Yeah.
hours. Occasionally you might be at the service station and someone will say, oh, have you got a business card? There was a house just over there a few weeks ago. There was a crane putting a fiberglass pool in.
Yeah.
So I took a detour and went and knocked on the door.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you do, essentially, if you're running a business, other than just buying a job, they're the opportunities you take.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas, with a job, you know, you wouldn't necessarily go out of your way to
You would
find
go,
someone with a pool.
I've got to get to the next job.
Yeah.
You know, if I had an employee, they were driving my van going to the job, they wouldn't look at that and
No.
go, oh, there's an opportunity.
No.
These clients had a robot
Yes.
and it died.
Right.
And so I put my robot in their pool,
Yep.
my demo robot, and they wouldn't let me take it out.
Right.
So this was my original demo,
Yep.
as you can see, demo.
Yep.
And they bought it off me because I said, no, I'll get you a new one. No, leave that there, don't touch it.
They liked it that much.
Yep. So we'll clean this out.
Now, how long have you been maintaining this pool?
A year and a half. Yeah.
Definitely looking sort of a lot better.
Yes,
Then
this
what-
is what a pool should look like.
Yes.
I come here every month.
Yep.
Um,
Just check on it. Chemical balance.
chemical balance, clean everything. Clean out the robot, give it a vacuum, I just text them the night before and say leave the remote out.
Yep.
And I come religiously, same day every month. But once that other pool that we were at, once it comes clear, it'll
Look like this.
look like this. Yeah. So this system,
Yep. So we've got a media system again, not a cartridge.
yeah, correct. Yep. No, this is a cartridge.
Oh, so this is a cartridge.
Yep, this is a cartridge. So the same as the one that we did earlier. The difference between this one and the other one is this has got a chromatolyzer.
Yep.
So a chromatolyzer runs these reagent bags,
Sure.
which essentially balances chlorine and pH.
For you. Okay, so you wouldn't need to do any of that.
We still balance it. It's a maintenance. This is maintenance.
Sure.
So it's saying that pH is at 7.7, so we'll drop that to 7.2.
Yep.
Chlorine is at 1.5.
Yep.
When we actually do a test, it'll give us a true reading.
Yep.
Chlorine is usually pretty good. pH might be a little bit off, but it's
And they've got your number stuck to the side. In case
Yes.
They ever need you.
I put my sticker everywhere I go.
Yep.
Just in case, exactly. One, if they lose my number, they know where it is.
Yeah, that's
Two,
clever.
if they sell the property,
They know who's managing it.
I'm already there.
Yeah, that's quite clever.
Right, so once again, this is just a very simple, straightforward pool clean.
Yep.
Robot's doing the work for me.
Yep. You're just touching it up. Get the
Yeah,
spots you missed.
and once again, you get to know your pools and how they operate.
Yep.
Now, I know that because this is a cartridge filter, I get blowback through these two
Yep.
returns,
Mm-hmm.
and there's two in the spar as well. So normally I would clean from the shallow end to the deep end,
Yep.
but I know that if I start there, I'm going to have to
gonna
come back and
Yep.
you just learn that. I guess you get to know your pools. So come and do that in the spar last. When I first took this pool on, it kept going green.
Right.
We couldn't figure out why. Would get a lot of phosphate. So you get a lot of green sticking to this side because this side's always in the shade. But we eventually figured out that it's essentially the circulation, so we've got to treat it differently. But because you've got two eyeballs, two return eyeballs here
Yep.
in the spar with this little overflow, and two eyeballs there returning water into the shallow,
Yep.
it's not actually circulating the whole body of water properly.
Yep.
So it's essentially just a design fault with the pool.
Yeah.
But we figured out how to chemically balance it with
Yep.
algicides and so as it doesn't go green. It took us a bit, but we got there. And it always comes up a treat.
Yeah. Not green.
Not green, has been green,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's perfectly balanced. You know, nice yard, great clients.
Yeah.
Um,
Thanks, guys, for joining us on our day on the road with the Pool Care franchisee. Thanks, Nate, for being such a great host.
You're
All right.
welcome.
You've done a brilliant job showing us around. If anyone's interested in doing their own trial day, 131546, right, come on your trial day just like this. You'll get a hands-on taste of everything that you can do as a gym pool care franchisee. And as you can see, it's not just cleaning pools. So 131546, give us a call and come on your own trial day.